Greetings, gardeners. Today, let's talk about a really strange looking piece of fruit material. A little spiky, green, odd thing. That's the Annona muricata, known as soursop in English. It's also called guanabana, which is a common name in most Latin countries. It's a very delicious fruit. It's related to the chirimoya and it's related to pawpaws, so it's in that same family. But this one, unlike the pawpaw, which is temperate, or the chirimoya, which is subtropical, this is a true tropical. So if you're going to try to raise this, you're either going to need to live in Florida, maybe very southern California or Hawaii, or you're going to use a greenhouse. It grows into a pretty good sized tree. The one I've got out here in the garden is maybe 16 feet or so with pruning. They are fairly easy to grow. It's not a difficult tree. The trees are self-fertile, so they don't have that pollination problem like the chirimoya does. You don't have to do any hand pollinating with this one. It's got a rather fibrous pulp on most fruit that you'll run across. There are a few that have less and some have more. But generally speaking, the pulp is pretty fibrous, and it is possible to actually eat the flesh. I've done this before, but the fruit is really better off if instead you suck the juice out of the flesh, or perhaps you take it and put it through a juicer like I have right here, and then extract the juice. You can use the juice for making drinks. You can use the juice for making frozen desserts like popsicles and sorbets. There's probably quite a few uses for it. So let's have a look inside this beast, huh? First off, I think we're just going to take it and we're going to cut right through the middle, like that. This guy right here is definitely ripe. He's getting brown spots on him, maybe even a little too many. I hope we're okay with this. This guy here, he's still firm, and so that's not ready to go. That should give when you squeeze a ripe soursop. Oh, there we go. Okay. Beauty, beauty. We've got a core down the middle to remove here. It's not edible. Oh, the smell. Oh, man. Oh, the smell is awesome. Yeah, this is really something, this stuff. All right, so take that center strand out of there. There we go. Very good. Oh, whew. That's good. It's a little bit chirimoya-like. It's tartar than chirimoya. So actually, in a way, it's kind of refreshing, I guess, the tartness. A little bit exciting. All right, there we go. We got our sections. Now, before I put it in the juicer, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skin this. The juicer will extract the skin, but I don't want to do that. I don't want the flavor of the skin in my juice. Oh, I have peeled and seeded the soursop here. If I was to leave the seeds in it, it will go through the juicer, but this type of the juicer will almost completely destroy the seeds and grind them to pieces. So that isn't what I was looking for. And the skin isn't necessarily good to eat, and so I see no reason that we could get it mixed up in the pulp if we left it on. So I peeled it. So here we go. We have peeled and seeded soursop pulp. So, as I said, the soursop, it's a little bit on the fibrous side, and I found while putting it through this juicer that I needed a little bit more water to help work it through, okay? And so by the time we got done, and I had added maybe about half a cup of water to get this to flow, this is what I ended up with. So it looks like we got maybe about 2 pints of soursop juice out of that one soursop fruit. Now, it's time for the taste test. The part you are all waiting for, right? First off, it's an aroma. The soursop has a smell. There's a little bit of like banana-like scent, almost. Sort of an ethylene. There's also a fragrance that's reminiscent of a lot of annona, like cherimoya, but it's more acid than the cherimoya. Okay, well, it's really smooth and silky. This is not a very liquid juice. It's got a lot of solids to it. So the fiber, I assume, is pretty good for you. The flavor is definitely sweet tart. I suppose it'll depend on how ripe your soursop was as far as how sweet. It tastes like a tartar version of the cherimoya that's been liquefied. Best way to put it if you've ever eaten cherimoyas. It's very pleasant. It's highly aromatic. Those of you who are not anywhere near where you can find a soursop, the Numex juice brands and a couple other brands imported out of Mexico, they have plenty of soursop juice in those cans on the shelf. Give it a try. It's not bad out of a can. I've had it before. This is better fresh. You know, hey, what do you want? It's always better fresh. But that's pretty good out of a can. Usually they have added water and sugar to it. With soursop, that's pretty much essential because you can't really get it to juice without adding water to it. So adding a little sugar to balance the water is typical. Again, this could be mixed with all sorts of other fruit juices. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator. I have friends coming by tomorrow, and I do believe we'll make some soursop daiquiris. Sounds good, huh? Yeah, so it's good stuff. If you haven't tried soursop, you want to do it. I got plenty of seeds. Anybody interested in planting soursop, get a hold of me. It's on the Green Garden Guy sales page. I put it there today. Aloha, happy gardening, and don't get sour and start sopping. Ooh.